Hi, Cora. Do you have a minute?
Hi, Deli, how are you? How are your wedding preparations coming along?
That's the thing. You are Ken's mother, and I am sorry, but I don't want you to come to our wedding.
Huh? What do you mean? I am the mother of the bridegroom, remember?
But I'm sorry. You are a single mother, right?
Why are you asking me that? Yeah, I have raised him on my own.
Moreover, I heard that your marriage was a shotgun wedding. But you ended up becoming single and raised Ken on your own, didn't you?
That's right, but what does it matter? Are you trying to say that there was something wrong with the way I raised him?
That's not what I mean. But that kind of thing is not good for your reputation to the public.
What? Reputation?
A shotgun wedding that ended in divorce and becoming a single mother is kind of sad and off-putting.
Are you being serious?
Can I say that I don't want my family to know that Ken is from such a family? Frankly, I'm embarrassed by that.
Embarrassed? I don't think Ken would think that way.
No, I'm embarrassed. I haven't told my parents or friends about this. So if you don't come to the wedding, I won't have to explain to everyone. I'm trying to avoid the hassle. I want you to pretend that you and Tim are disconnected, so please don't come to the wedding.
Ken is my only son. Did he agree to this?
I haven't told them yet. Don't tell him anything unnecessary. I will explain it to him.
You can't do that. Your actions are the same as denying my existence.
Well, I guess that's true. Because he is on a career path and on his way up the corporate ladder. But you're not. From now on, you will only be his baggage.
Baggage? I thought I had raised my son well so far, even though he had a single parent. I never thought I would hear this from someone who's going to be my son's wife.
Well, to be honest, I looked down on you ever since I found out that you were a single mother. That's why I don't want to invite you to my wedding. It's too miserable to be a woman whose husband ran away from her after a shotgun marriage.
Huh? You didn't hear anything from Ken.
Because it's taboo among us to talk about you. I don't want to hear a story about some poor, miserable woman. And when I hear it, I don't know how to respond. It darkens my mood.
How can you say these things? Moreover, Ken is a good, family-oriented guy, and I don't think he would ever think like that.
He's fine without you. He has a connection through his work, and I got a free dress from a world-famous designer. So we don't need your help at all.
You haven't heard that story properly from him either. You should have a proper talk with him before you speak to me this way.
It's a waste of time to have that kind of conversation with him. It's too embarrassing that you got a shotgun wedding and became a single mother. This is how I feel, and Ken should agree with me. Therefore, I will not invite you.
You should talk to Ken. There is nothing more I can say to you. I suggest you have a proper talk with him before you do something you'll regret. Hey, Ken. About your fiancée, Deli. Has she said anything strange to you?
What? Deli? Nothing in particular, no. What's wrong? Did she do something?
About the dress, about your father. Are you talking to her properly?
I'm trying to talk, but she won't listen to me. She doesn't want to hear about it, especially when it comes to my family. But I'll tell her before the wedding.
You'd better. He seems to be wrong about a lot of things.
She's the type of person who, when she gets an idea, just goes with it. Well, that's one of the cute things about her, but I have to admit, she's a bit of a handful sometimes.
I see. If you're happy, that's good, but Anyway, please explain things to her properly.
You're right. She and I are going to be a family from now on, and I have to explain it to her. I'll have to tell her not to say anything bad towards you.
She's already said something to me.
What? What did she say?
It's nothing. Well, I know you're busy with your work, but don't overdo it.
Hey, you're not planning on coming to the wedding, are you?
Huh? You still haven't talked to Ken properly, have you?
No, but that's not the point. Whether I talk to him or not, I'm not allowing you to come to my wedding.
Why do you hate me so much? Maybe you should listen to what people say.
I don't want someone with your background and reputation at my wedding.
You really are rude. You seem unwilling to listen.
I told you I don't want to hear it. You'll ruin the wedding, so please don't come.
Oh, okay. Then I won't go.
I don't want to speak with you after this either.
Do as you please. I know you're a crazy person, but I put up with you because you were the one Ken chose. I am no longer interested in you. If you want to disassociate yourself for me, you can do so. I have no problem at all.
I'll do so then. This has taken a lot of the burden off of us. Goodbye. Don't come to my wedding, shameful woman.
Goodbye. You don't have to contact me anymore.
Hey, Cora. Would you please pick up the phone?
Who is this?
It's me, Deli.
You have no right to call me by my first name. We're strangers.
I'm sorry for everything. Really? You can come to the wedding today, right?
No, I don't intend to.
What? Why?
Because you told me so yesterday. Moreover, you were very rude and outspoken to me. I only did you a favor not attending the wedding. What's the problem?
I didn't know about the dress.
Oh, I see. It was a shame to learn on the day of the wedding that the world-class designer Ken was referring to was me.
I'm so sorry, Cora. I can't believe I was going to have you bring me a dress that you designed.
I told you, don't call me by my first name. I don't intend to become family with you.
Please don't say that. Ken said he was planning this dress thing to be a surprise. So he didn't tell me. So this is not my fault.
That being said, it's not a right to blame Ken. Regardless of the circumstances, the fact remains that you are super rude and disrespectful to me. Nothing you say now will change my mind.
Please don't say that. I can't have a wedding without a dress. Where's my dress?
It has already been delivered to the venue. I am a professional. I would not personally deliver a dress. But I don't think you need that anymore.
What? What do you mean?
I just heard from Ken. He said the wedding is going to be cancelled.
What? I didn't hear that.
You never listen, do you? I'm sure he was telling you exactly what he was doing this time, too.
No, you're kidding, right? I didn't think he meant it. It must be a joke.
Ken has already contacted the guests on his side of the table. You two need to contact yours as soon as possible, or your guests will arrive at the wedding venue. I think they might get a little upset with you.
Wait a minute. I really didn't think the wedding would be cancelled. I think Ken got too emotional. If he calms down, he will understand.
He has a calm personality. He is not the kind of person who judges things emotionally. He's properly informed his invited guests that the wedding is cancelled. I guess he has completely lost all intention of marrying you.
Oh no. You have to talk him out of it. Please do something.
What do you want me to talk to him about?
You have to convince him to marry me. Suddenly canceling on the day of the wedding is just cruel.
How dare you ask me for a favor? Do you remember what you said to me?
That doesn't matter now. If I can marry him, I will apologize to you afterward.
You're a real piece of work. I have no intention of helping you at all. You caused this, so you have to take care of it yourself.
Huh? You won't help me?
You and I are strangers. And it seems to me that I should prevent him from marrying you, to protect my own son.
Why do you say that?
He would have regretted it if he got married to you. He's still young, so he's still so naive. Oh, and while we're on the subject, please take care of the dress fee, okay?
What?
If you were to marry him, I would have given you the dress as a gift. But now that the wedding is cancelled because of you, you will pay for the dress that I was going to gift you.
The wedding is really canceled?
I'm sure Ken has explained that to you as well. You must have signed a contract.
He might have mentioned it.
It's obvious. The dresses I design are expensive. Just because you're my son's bride doesn't make you safe. In the contract, it also mentions if the wedding is cancelled, that there would be a cancellation fee in that case.
I didn't read the whole thing. I didn't know.
It's your own fault, right? I will charge you the full amount as stated in the contract.
What? How much is that going to be?
That's about 3 years of your annual income, I guess.
I just quit my job. How dare you?
Then you'll have to work again. By the way, I don't blame you for not listening to Ken properly. But I was a single mother because my husband passed away. And yet you look down on me that I got a shotgun wedding. You should be a little ashamed of your little outbursts.
Huh? I didn't know. I'm so sorry.
You should reflect on yourself and stop judging people without even knowing them well. Well then, before you embarrass yourself, you might want to inform your guests that the wedding has been cancelled. Goodbye, you shameful woman. When Deli learned of all the circumstances, she was in a panic. She pleaded with Heather to come to the wedding, but was ignored. Moreover, Ken, the groom, also found out about Deli's true nature. He called off the wedding. The cost of canceling the wedding was to be split between them. But Deli ended up being charged the fee for the dress as well. And the big house they were going to live in, it was to be sold off, and Deli was devastated. She shamelessly asked the company she left because she was getting married to hire her again. She was then laughed at by people at work. Her ego was ruined. She was also very upset, but it was too late to regret it. Heather is glad she was able to stop her precious son from marrying an evil. She later moved abroad and forgot all about Deli. She is now able to focus on her work. When will Deli finish paying off her dress debt?
I was in a supermarket managing my own business when a hooded man jumped at the cashier and pulled out a gun, taking all of the money. Everyone became anxious, but not me. Actually, I had been waiting for this to happen. Hey, idiot! Stop doing that action if you don't want to meet your incenters. Everyone cried out as the robber turned to face me. I then walked up to him while slowly removing my jacket. You made me lose my temper, baby.
Back off if you still care about your life. I have a gun.
Not anymore. He tried to attach me, but I immediately gave him a tight grip and pinned him to the ground. It's jail time, baby. That's how I catch a criminal. My name is Kat, and I always wanted to become a detective just like my dad. The process I catch the robber has been seen by a mysterious person, and then that person contacts me.
Hi. Can we have a talk?
Who are you?
Maybe you don't know me, but I know you clearly.
What?
Don't be surprised. According to the investment, I knew you're a detective. I want to hire you.
Go to the point, please.
I have a son and his name is Bob. He's a high school student. Reckless, clumsy, and spoiled. I want him to take over my business, but he seems to decline it. I can't understand what he desires. He's looking for a female bodyguard, and I choose you.
So you want me to pose as his bodyguard?
Yes, I will pay you a high salary.
Haha, that was the space of time I waiting for the most of my life. I can continue my dad's work that he couldn't complete B while spying Emily's famils. How many can you pay me?
$1 million.
Mission accepted, officer. I was so excited about this mission, but little did I know that I was about to get involved in the biggest mess ever.
I love my son more than anything, so do your best to protect him.
I'll make sure you won't regret hiring me, sir.
I will give you a very thick portfolio of Chase.
The first thing I was noticed was his attractive and handsome face. Tomorrow I will start my work.
I hope you can do a good job.
The next day I came to his house, and this is the first time I met him. I came to his room and opened the door while he was sleeping. He lied in his bed, finally he opened his eyes, and I almost dropped my jaw when we both stared at each other. I realized that he was the most handsome man that I had ever seen. And I was exaggerating.
So you must be my bodyguard? Why you came to my room without knocking the door?
Sorry, I think that you have waken up.
Wow, my mom definitely know my type. You are so beautiful. Do you want to become my girlfriend?
What? Do you want to die?
Oh my god, I like that kind of angry women.
I was hired to protect you, not become your girlfriend. Please keep the distance between us. Bob was about to touch me, but I gave him a powerful hit and then he flipped on the floor.
You have to protect me, not kill me.
Of course, but the condition is you keep the distance between us. I just come to introduce myself. Do have a good night, sir. After everyone became asleep, I tiptoed around the mansion and installed some spy cameras to watch. I sent the ID of the camera to Pebble in my company for hacking it to watch every moves of Emily. I had to catch her soon to complete my dad's mission and get this nonsense job over and done with. The next day, together with Bob, I came to his school. Some of his friends immediately flocked around me like I was a celebrity.
That's my person. Get away from her if you want to continue learning in this school. I will give you money. Please get away from my eyesight. A $1,000 for each of you to back off and stop looking at my bodyguard, loser.
Excuse me, sir, but I am not your person. Please don't call me that.
Those losers just distract you. Please focus on me.
I'm not usually distracted by stupid things. Suddenly, he slipped on a piece of rubbish, and before he could hit his head on the floor, I caught him in my arms. That moment was very romantic. Our faces were so close, I was dive into his blue eyes for a few seconds. Just then, a pretty girl came running and screaming.
Teddy Bear, what is the meaning of this? Are you cheating on me?
This girl is my bodyguard. She was just protect me.
What a relief! Teddy Bear, I want to come to dinner tonight with you. I'm your one and only forever, right, Teddy Bear? Moa.
She jumped into him and kissing him like a vacuum cleaner and then climbing on him all day. When we came home, Bob dragged me into his room.
Honestly, I don't like Lily. We just dated because our father have a contract in business and I can't destroy it.
Why have you told that with me?
I just want to be honest with you. I don't want you thinking of me as a bad man. Don't be jealous, Kat. I already broke up with her many times, but my dad didn't permit me to do anything he don't want. What a pity! From the day I was born until now, I have never lived for my desires. My parents arranged all my life. If you can, I want you to keep her away from me. Do anything that you can. I will pay more for you.
A week later.
What do you do to get Lily avoiding me like that?
Haha, just a little trick I used.
Wow, can you tell me?
But I won't permit you to smile.
Okay, I promise.
I told her that I'm lesbian, and when she come to you, I pouted my lips for a kiss, so she ran away.
Can you do that for me?
What? I know what you're thinking.
Today I want to have a day off and go shopping. Do you want to come with me?
Don't request for that. It's my duty.
I just want to consider you as a real friend, not for paying, and I have the right to force you to do anything for me. If you don't like anything, just talk to me. I won't do that.
Yes, thank you. When I and Bob walk in the street, we met some gangers. They seemed to know Bob.
Look at you, Bob. You have a new girlfriend? How bad are you? Changing girlfriend each week. Who can do that like our boy? It's a beautiful day and a great occasion to break someone's skulls. Do you think that, Bob?
What do you want?
Your girl, she's the most beautiful woman that I have ever seen. She can become my next friends. Or my next mistake, haha.
Stop talking nonsense, Rob.
He was about to touch me, but Bob jumped in and shoved him to the ground.
You were too dirty to touch her, Rob.
You stupid dirty bag, Bob.
How dare you?
Next, he was about to punch Bob, but it's my turn to protect him. I'll run home with my mom if I was you. Or not, you will came to see the Grim Reaper. I twisted his arm and he went screaming in pain.
Catch her, my brother!
Then a lot of boys who come with Rub ran to my side, and I don't mind to use my karate skills and knock down all of them. Then we get in the car.
Cat, you are the prettiest and coolest girl that I've ever met.
Do you know that?
Please don't do dangerous action to protect me. I'll protect you from now on.
Then he tend to hug me. You know what will happen when you touch me, Bob. Get your arm out of my face before it's too late. Suddenly, his face turned sad and he pulled away from me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think we get closer. I won't bother you anymore.
Okay, it's good. We're no more than an owner and a safeguard. I can forget about my mission and be distracted by anything else.
Okay, I understand.
Okay, good night. Then I go to the bathroom and watch the move of Mrs. Emily. It's more than a week, but I can't find anything unnormal. Maybe I'm too dive into Bob and forget about my mission. I need to find that secret room with the gold bars as soon as possible before everything get weirder. But when I have a chance, I looked all around the mansion and found nothing. A week later, Mrs. Emily has a business trip. It's my time to work on her room. After making sure everyone was asleep, I went to her room and I was checking her drawers. I felt someone watching me from the door. Bob.
What are you doing here?
I was looking for you.
You find me in a drawers? I don't think I could fit in there.
I can be catch red-handed. What should I do? Then, an unthinkable idea came to my mind. I walked up to him, grabbed his face, and kissed him on the lips. Surprisingly, I enjoyed it.
What's that about?
I have been kissing you.
I know it. No one can resist me, not even you.
I guess you're right.
How could I when you have just kissed me?
I tried to getting rid of his face, but he was following me like a leech. Then he forced me to watch the film with him. If not, he may tell his mother. And then I have watched his favorite him for 2 hours. When he finally asleep, I just found myself staring at his face. He actually so handsome. The next day at school, Bob has did something that when I came to school, everyone stared at me. It's a shock of my life that he told everyone that we are in relationship. And Lily was driving crazy.
This girl was lesbian and she just reached you because she's jealous that I'm the one that she actually likes.
Bob ignored her and come to my side. He got on his knees instead. He started typing my shoelaces. I was very surprised.
Sweetie, I will get on my nerves if you flip of the floor just because of these shoelaces.
Then I pulled him to the side and start to confronting him. Hey, stop doing anything that influence me. Who are in relationship with you? You announced it with everyone without my permit? If your mom hear that news, what will she do? Why you never think deeply and become mature, Bob? That's why your mom force you to work under her control.
I like you and neither do you. So, we are in relationship, right? It's simple. And my mom is too busy to care about who I'm dated.
Are you crazy?
No, from now on, I decide to protect what I love and follow my dream. I was dreaming to become a chef, then I will open my own restaurant. But my parents always want me to take over their company. I hate that, so I acted like a kid and then they won't give me the company. Then I can do what I enjoy.
Bob, it's good to follow your dream, and nothing better than you can live with purpose. But you need to take a little time care about your parents. They sacrifice all their life to bring you to this world, raising you just to see you happy. Taking over your parents' company can help you have money to open your own restaurant. Do you think it a good chance?
Okay, I will think about it.
The only place that I didn't check was Mrs. Emily's bathroom. And I have to do that first thing in the morning. When wandering around, I find a button behind the bath. I put it, then a room behind the mirror appears. I found some important document which proof his dad was criminal. I feel so bad. Actually, I have a special care to Bob. I can deny that I want to be with him. When I come into the room, I was very surprised cause the room is full of gold bars. I used my camera and then took a lot of photos. I tried to find the document about this assets and someone behind has take the camera from my hand. It was Bob's dad. He was raging mad. Just in time, my team come with some police and finally arrest Bob's parents. I stood on the path, smiled and a colleague came to hug me. But Bob saw everything.
So, it was all about this? You're the spy and you want to ruin my family?
My smile disappeared right after I saw Bob. The sadness in his eyes broke my heart. That feeling is hard to describe. Bob, let me explain.
No, don't tell me anything. It's over. Congratulations on your successful mission, Mrs. Spy.
I saw him go away with the tears on my eyes. I want to run to his side and hug him, but I think this was for the best. 1 month later. I didn't see him and he never contacted me. It was bothering me a lot. I think I should pass everything and follow my dream, continue my dad's dream. Time flies. I finally studying criminology at university. One day, I decide to have lunch at a new restaurant and I was shocked to see Bob there. Bob, why do you do here?
I do what you inspired me and this is the results. This is my restaurant. Good to see you, Kat. You look more pretty.
Thank you. Then, he walk away. I feel sad but I can't come and hug him. I stand up and come to home. Then I see a shadow behind me. It's Bob.
I have waited for you for a long time and dream about the day we meet again, and this time I won't lose you.
He hugged me and then I can wait to kiss him.
Do you want to be my girlfriend?
Yes, I do.
What the heck is that? How dumb are you? Are you trying to embarrass me in front of everyone?
You mean the lunch? Wait. Was it really that bad? I thought I made pretty much the same lunch as I always make for you.
Wasn't that different to the usual? You know what that means, right? Every single lunch that you've ever packed for me has been terrible.
Would you be able to tell me what was so terrible about the lunch?
There just wasn't enough filling in the sandwich. I told you that I wanted chicken and bacon and ham. I can't believe that you forgot to include the bacon.
I tried to make the lunch a little more healthy today. And that's why I didn't put any bacon inside. I was really trying to do you a favor.
I don't want to hear any excuses like that. I know that you are just being lazy. Are you trying to make fun of me or something?
I swear that I'm not trying to make fun of you.
Don't you dare even think about it. You're in no position to make fun of me at all. You really need to respect me more.
What are you trying to say?
I just wanted to remind you how lucky you are to be married to me. I really have no idea why I decided to get married to a woman like you. I'm such an amazing person. I definitely deserve so much better.
So you regret getting married to me? Then is that why you treat me so terrible every single day? You've been saying some pretty harsh words to me recently. I've been feeling so terrible about myself because of your words. You know that you're just making the situation even worse by doing this, right?
What are you trying to say? You're talking back to me right now? You should be so grateful that you get to be a housewife. All you do is stay at home while I'm working so hard. You're in no position to talk back to me.
The way you've been treating me has gotten worse and worse. I think it's because I never disobeyed or talked back to you. I realize that things are going to get worse if I don't start standing up for myself. There's something I wanted to talk to you about. I think it will help us fix our relationship. What do you think about me starting to work a full-time job?
What? What did you just say? You're not serious, right? A 40-year-old grandma gonna do for a job? Are you kidding me? You really need to face reality. No company is going to want to employ someone like you.
I would have no problem finding a job. I was working a very good job until we got married. I have a lot of experience and I'm a fast learner. I think many companies would be happy to have me working for them.
You really do overestimate yourself, Naomi. I disagree with everything you just said. Nobody is going to want to hire you. Go ahead and try to find a job if you really want to. But I honestly don't care either way.
Fine, whatever. I'll go and look for a job myself. I was gonna ask you something else. Are you planning on coming to Alice's graduation ceremony?
Of course. I'm planning on coming. She's my precious daughter. Do you really think that I'm gonna give you permission to come? You're such a failure of a housewife. I'm sure that she wouldn't want you to come either. It's a very special day for her.
What? Did she really say that? She doesn't want me to come? I really want to go to my daughter's graduation.
She's not really your daughter though. Most of her genes must have been passed down from me. She's so smart and has so many friends. That's a huge difference compared to you. I know for sure that she's gonna succeed in life like me. She's my child and not really yours. I'm happy that she's smart and she's doing well at school.
I still want to attend her graduation as her mother. Isn't it way too harsh to exclude me from such an important family event? Have I really been that bad of a mother to deserve this treatment?
Yeah, don't you know by yourself? You really have been that bad. You're useless at everything that you tried to do. A terrible mother and a terrible housewife. You're no match for a hugely successful man like me.
You're taking things too far this time. There's really no need to insult me this much. I've been doing my best as a housewife supporting his family.
Are you really sure we've never really felt like you've done anything for us? I doubt we would notice a difference if you were to suddenly disappear.
Are you seriously saying that to me?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. You really are a useless human being. And we don't want you. Make sure you don't turn up to our graduation ceremony.
I don't believe any of this. I'll ask her myself about this. I'm part of this family and I don't believe that I should be excluded like this. We haven't been able to talk recently. So I'm going to communicate my feelings to you here. I realize that Lisa also feels the same way as you do about me. I'm gonna do what's best for this family.
Of course. She feels the same ways I do. She's just as smart as me. And she does know that you're such a huge embarrassment. You're the one that's holding this family back. We would be so much better off without you.
So you guys wouldn't really mind if I got a divorce with you, right?
That would be no problem at all. Get out of here. You're such a useless piece of trash. You probably have nowhere to go, right? There's no way that you're going to be able to live without my financial support. That's how worthless housewives like you are. I would have no problem at all even if you were to leave right now this moment.
There's no need to insult me anymore. I know that I'm very useless.
Yeah, you're finally starting to understand where you belong. A pathetic housewife like you doesn't have the right to attend our precious daughter's graduation. We're going to be perfectly fine without you. You need to get out of this family.
Fine, whatever. I'm going to do as you say now.
Hurry up and get out of my house. We're going to be completely fine without you.
I'm getting tired of hearing the same words over and over. I'm gonna take this opportunity to get rid of this family. I've already decided and I'm never going to come back. So bye now.
Where the heck did you go? There's no clean sock that I can wear. Would you hurry up and get the laundry done?
I'm sorry, but who is this?
What? Are you kidding me?
I'm sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about. What do you want from me? I'm not your personal cleaner. I think you might have wrong number. I don't see why I should be doing laundry for a stranger.
What are you talking about? I haven't seen you around the house for the past few days. Where the heck did you go?
Did you really forget already you were the one that told me to get out? Don't you really remember?
What are you talking about?
I just did as I was told and left. I have no plans on ever going back to live with you guys.
You're not gonna come back? You're just joking, right? Stop talking nonsense and come home. This is why I kept calling you such a useless wife. Stop wasting my precious time for nonsense like this.
I'm not coming back, Jimmy. And I'm no longer your wife. Would you please stop calling me your housewife? Now we're not a married couple anymore.
You're not gonna be my wife anymore. What are you talking about?
I was planning on signing my half of the divorce papers and leaving it on the table. I didn't want to leave my future in your hands. I decided to discuss my situation with a lawyer, so that the divorce would be a sure thing.
You talked to a lawyer about this? Did you just mention divorce papers? Are you seriously trying to get a divorce with me?
Yes, I am. You kept on telling me how worthless I am. You also called me that I was an embarrassment to the family. Did you really expect me to just agree to all the insults and stay married to you? You were the one that kept telling me to leave. I just did as you said. Don't worry about me coming to our graduation either. I'm definitely not going to go. I hope the two of you get along well together. You guys are so alike.
Are you serious about the divorce? There's no way that a pathetic housewife like you can live without me.
Jimmy, stop calling me that. How many times do I have to tell you the same thing? Your memory is worse than a goldfish.
What did you just say to me? How dare you? Stop talking back to me like this.
I told you that we're gonna get a divorce. I've already prepared for this. And there's no way for you to stop the divorce.
What is with your attitude all of a sudden, Naomi? You've never talked back to me like this before.
Just shut up already. I've had enough of you looking down on me like this. I've decided that I'm never gonna obey any of your orders again. I have no intention of holding back how I feel now. I'll just tell you how I feel. I really don't care how successful you are. Your personality and attitude is so terrible. No amount of success is gonna make up for that. You really are a trashy excuse for a human being. And I don't want to be associated with you at all.
How dare you say that to me? What has happened to you? You've changed so much.
I can't believe that the reason you contacted me was about a sock. How pathetic are you? I just went missing for a couple of days and that's what you're worried about. Do the laundry yourself.
You worthless piece of trash.
Stop calling me that. That's crossing the line.
What's happened to you, Naomi?
Oh, you still remember my name? As you only ever called me worthless housewife or a family embarrassment.
I would never forget my wife's name. Why are you so mad at me all of a sudden? I didn't do anything to you. Would you please just calm down?
Are you seriously saying that to me? You've been insulting me and ordering me around ever since we got married. I've been treated like a slave by my own family. You've even managed to convince Alice to think poorly of me. The two of you have looked down on me and excluded me all this time. Did you really think that I'd be happy being treated like that?
What are you talking about? Are you really serious about this divorce?
Of course. I'm serious about the divorce. It's not something that I would just joke about.
What are you planning to do after we get divorced? You have nowhere to go. Who's gonna do all the housework for us?
The housework? That's all you're worried about? I've had enough of you. You can figure that out for yourselves. I've already decided that I'm going to get out of this pathetic family. I've discussed this all with my lawyer.
Why did you have to get a lawyer?
Because I wanted the divorce to go through for sure. I know that you're going to refuse to sign the divorce papers. Also, I plan on asking for money from you for all the trauma and damage that you've caused me.
What are you talking about? You can't do that.
In fact, I can do that. I have so much evidence of all the abuse. But that's not everything.
What are you trying to suggest?
Did you really think that I wouldn't notice?
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no point trying to cover any of it up.
I know about it already. You've been cheating on me for a long time.
What? Stop talking nonsense. I have no idea what you're talking about. You're my wife. Hurry up now and get back home.
Do not try to change the subject. I have all the evidence. So there's no point trying to hide it anymore. I have no intention of ever coming back. I'm gonna make sure that we get divorced. I'm also going to make you pay for all the damage and trauma you caused me.
I'm definitely not gonna pay you for anything. There's no proof of me abusing you or cheating on you.
Did you really think I'd go through all this effort without any proof? I've been saving up lots of evidence for this moment. I've endured these tough times for a very long time. So that I can get my revenge.
You can't be serious about this. I really am.
I bet you didn't know that I wanted to get divorced from a very long time ago. I stayed married to you so that I could gather evidence against you.
I had no idea about that. Weren't you happy being my housewife? I was supporting you financially all this time. All you had to do was stay home and do a little bit of housework. You should be grateful for my supporting.
What? You were constantly harassing and insulting me. I really don't care about either of you anymore. I actually went to a job interview the other day. And I got hired straight away.
Really? A company hired you? They're making such a huge mistake.
Shut up. I no longer need your help anymore. I can support myself financially. I'm going to run out of place to live by myself. Alice told me that I was an embarrassment too, so she can stay with you after the divorce. I'm sure you'll get along well. I still can't believe that you're doing this to us.
Who's gonna do all the laundry and cleaning at my house now? Have you ever taught her how to do all the housework? I'm definitely not going to be doing it.
You plan on forcing your daughter to do all the housework? You really are a piece of trash. Why don't you ask the woman that you've been sleeping with for help? I don't care about any of that anymore. You can figure out all these problems yourself. Please never contact me ever again. Bye now. After that, I moved into a new apartment by herself and started working a full-time job at a new company. I'm now much busier than before. In contrast, Jimmy's life was falling apart. He had no idea how to do any of the housework. He tried to force Alice to do it. They got into many arguments. Jimmy lost most of his savings paying money to me for all the damage. I'm more satisfied and happy with my life these days.
Hey. What are you doing? Are you already at home now? You left work early, right?
I wasn't feeling well, so I had to leave work.
You shouldn't be skipping work like that. If you're home already, can you make some food for me?
What? Don't you hear me? I came home because I was sick.
So what? I mean, if you're at home already, then you can start cooking now. It should be ready for dinner, right? I'm looking forward to it. So it better be ready by the time I get home. Did you buy beer from the store like I told you to? There wasn't any left in the fridge?
I don't remember you telling me to buy any beer.
You should be checking the fridge every day. It's your responsibility to make sure that there's beer in the fridge for when I get back from work. I don't want any of that cheap stuff from the gas station. Make sure you get the craft beer, okay? That's the one I like most, and I won't accept drinking any other type.
But the liquor store in town is pretty far from our home. I need you to tell me in advance if you want me to go there.
Why should I need to tell you? You can check the fridge yourself, can't you?
Then why don't you go and buy some yourself if you want to drink that badly? It's only you and your mom that drinks alcohol in the house. I don't drink at all, so it's hard for me to notice if there's any left in the fridge.
What? Are you trying to suggest are you gonna make my mom go out to buy the beer? You're such a horrible wife. She's already over 60 years old. Are you really gonna go and make her buy and carry a heavy crate of beer all by herself?
Fine, George. If you're gonna be that insistent, I'll try to ask your dad. Is that okay?
What? Are you out of your mind? You do know that he's the CEO of the company that I work for, right? Are you really trying to ask my boss to go and buy me a crate of beer? That is just stupid.
Are you trying to disrespect him? No, I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to show him any disrespect.
Why can't you do such a simple task? I don't care how you do it, but just make sure there's beer in the fridge by the time I get home. And don't forget to prepare the food as well.
I'm so sorry, but I'm feeling even more sick now. I'm gonna be unable to cook or do anything else. I really need to stay lying down.
Are you seriously saying that? You're my wife and you're telling me that you can't cook? Why did I even marry you?
I have a really bad headache now. It's really difficult for me to stay standing up. Would you guys be able to get takeout food just for the day? I promise I'll cook and buy the beer when I feel a little better.
I don't want to eat takeout food. It doesn't even taste that good. You really need to take responsibility as my wife and cook me dinner. Stop trying to make up excuses and start cooking. It's annoying how lazy you are sometimes.
I'm not being lazy. I just checked my temperature and I have a fever.
That's not even that bad. I'm sure that you'll be completely fine. Just take some medicine.
I really don't think I'm okay. I might need to go to the hospital.
Hey, Bona. Stop over-exaggerating things. Just make sure that you wear a mask inside the house as well. I wouldn't want your dirty germs be spread to me or my family.
I'm sorry, but I'm starting to get a headache. I'm gonna put my phone down and lie down for a while.
Are you serious? Don't you dare? Bona. What are you doing right now? You better have started cooking my dinner for me. And all the other housework as well. I want the house clean and the laundry done by the time I get home actually.
I haven't done any of that, George. My fever won't go down even after I took my medicine. I really can't move around. My entire body aches too.
You can't move around? Stop being so dramatic. Are you tied to the bed by some rope or something?
What? No.
Then have you been trapped in a small room somewhere? You're not, right? Then why you're not able to move?
I'm too sick to move.
If that's really the case, then what are you gonna do when you want to use the toilet? Are you just gonna wet the bed? No, right? When you want to go to the toilet, you're gonna get out of bed and move.
Yeah. I would move when I need the toilet.
Then you were lying to me when you said that you couldn't move. How dare you try to lie to me like that? I'm up working so hard to earn a living for both of us. And you treat me so terribly. You need to show me more respect. I'm your husband after all.
I also work hard as well. I do have my part-time job.
So what? It's just a part-time job. Anyone can do that kind of job, so I have no clue what you're trying to suggest to me. Are you trying to say that we're equal? How ridiculous. You're pretty much a housewife that relies on me completely. You're not in a position to talk back to me like that.
Why do you have to be so mean? I'm trying so hard working my job and doing all day. Isn't that the normal thing to do as a wife?
I really don't get why you're telling me this. It must be so nice to be a woman. You can just do an easy part-time job and a bit of housework. What an easy and stress-free life. If you try to work at my company, then you'd probably have to quit within the first hour. I'm sure that you'd be crying for help straight away. Sure, there's no way I'd have any trouble doing what you do. I guess that's what you have to tell yourself to protect the tiny bit of pride. So it's enough. You need to hurry up and start making my dinner.
I told you. I'm not able to make dinner tonight.
How many times do I have to tell you? Just shut your mouth and start cooking. Me and my mom don't want a woman like you in the house. If you're not cooking dinner for me tonight, then I'm kicking you out the house. We don't need a useless, lazy good-for-nothing. You should feel lucky to be my wife. How pathetic you're, Bona. You can't deny anything I said. Because that's normally the truth. Bona! Bona! Hey! Where are you? Dare you to ignore my text? Bona! Such an idiot and rude woman. I'll kick you out of the house.
You're the one getting kicked out of the house.
What? What are you talking about?
I have told your dad all you have done to me.
What?
He's really mad when he knew you were treating me like this behind his back.
Really? You did tell my dad. Why you did that to me? Please tell me it's just a joke.
No, George, I'm telling the truth.
Come on, Bona. This is all just a huge misunderstanding. We sometimes talk to each other like this as a joke, right?
Shut up and stop making such pathetic excuses. Dad said you mustn't even bother coming home tonight. I need some rest and time away from you. I don't want to see you at the house.
Hold on! Bona. I didn't really mean what I said.
Dad's gonna throw all of your belongings outside the front door. Come and get everything before it gets stolen. I'm not letting you ever step foot in the house again.
Are you serious? What am I supposed to do then?
You can go and find a place to live and just live there. You're mature. You need to figure it out. I am so disappointed in you. I don't want to see your faces ever again.
You tricked me! How dare you told my dad about this? You mustn't do that!
What? How can you act so arrogant when you still working in your dad's company? Don't you realize the reason you working there? It's just because you're son of the CEO. If not, they wouldn't employ an incompetent worker like you.
I wasn't trying to act arrogant at all. I was just stating the truth.
You know what, George? If you think a part-time job and housework is not that difficult, then change places with me?
What are you talking about?
I'm telling you to switch places with me and try to do what I actually do. Go ahead and try to do the housework in a part-time job at the same time. Dad also asked me to work for him instead.
Are you serious about this? Do you know what's going to happen to the company if I stopped working there?
I doubt there's going to be any different. You don't really get a lot done at work, Dad told me everything. So if you want, we can make a deal. We'll switch places for 1 month. At the end of the month, the company will take a survey. We'll choose other workers and see which one of us is more valuable to the company.
So you're really serious about this? I think the results are already pretty obvious. I've been working at the company for 4 years. There's no way that you're going to be able to do anything in just 1 month.
Well, let's see. Do you forget that I did my bachelor in Columbia? My knowledge is not too bad, George.
Right, it seems you're so confident. We'll see you next month.
Hey, what are you doing? Why is the dinner not ready yet? Did you even clean the house today? There's so much dust everywhere around the house.
Could you please hold on for a while? I just got back home and I haven't had the time to do anything. One of my coworkers had to leave early because her son got sick at school. I had to stay behind and do some overtime to cover for her.
Yeah, that happens all the time. Do you remember what you told me the last time? You said that it was my fault that I had to do overtime. You told me that if I was more capable then I wouldn't need to do any overtime.
It wasn't my fault this time. There was no one else that could cover for her.
Enough with the excuses! Would you just hurry up and make me some dinner? I'm starving right now. I don't want to eat takeout or frozen food.
I still haven't even started cooking. Would you please wait a little while longer? I don't even think there's much food left in the fridge to make anything decent.
You're telling me to wait? I thought that doing a part-time job and the housework was so easy. Whenever I asked you to wait, you'd always get really mad and start shouting at me.
I'm sorry about that. I was underestimating the amount of work it takes.
Even if you apologize, dinner isn't gonna magically appear in front of us. Hurry up and start cooking. I feel like drinking some ginger ale today. I want the one in the glass bottle, okay? Go and buy some from the store if there isn't any in the fridge. It's at the end of the month now. I had a great time working at the company. How were things for you? It looked like you were kind of struggling. You couldn't cook, couldn't clean, couldn't do the laundry. Also, you kept forgetting to buy groceries. I was the one to do all of that task before.
No way! That's because those are all jobs that women should be doing. I'm a man, so I shouldn't have to do the housework. A man's job is to earn money.
If that's the case, then why was I able to do a great job working at the company?
Are you telling me that you're great at everything?
Yeah. All the workers gave me the compliment.
What? You must have just gotten lucky or something.
I don't think it was any luck at all. And I even got the Employee of the Month prize. I was told to be a real quick learner and mastered all the basics within a few days. I managed to adapt to the company by the 3rd week. I also was out getting clients by myself. But it took you over a half a year until you were able to do that.
You're lying, right? How can you do all of that in a month?
Dad told me that it's much better for the company if they employ me instead of you. And I believe if I keeps improving at this rate, I can become the best worker at our company. I love working for this company. The environment are so good. The coworkers are so nice. And by accident, I got to know that most of coworkers don't want to work with you. They said you're so slow. They don't want to talk to you in person just because they are afraid of Dad. But there are lots of things behind your back.
Oh,
I forgot to tell you. It seems like the board is gonna fire you. So that I can take your place permanently.
What? Are you being serious?
Well, you can call your dad to know. But I think you know about yourself better than anyone else. Dad gave you so many chances to prove yourself. And you failed every time. It's obviously that no company wants to hire an employee like you. With that trend, maybe you had to be out of the house as well. A pathetic guy like you can be in that house.
What? Are you threatening me?
What? No. I don't threaten or something. I just warn you to prepare what's coming next. Good luck.
No, Bona. You can do that to me. I'm your husband after all. How can you let your husband lose his job?
yeah.
But you never treat me like your wife but a slave. You force me to do whatever you ask. You never care about my emotion or opinion. You should go away and never turn up in front of me.
Bye.
Wait! Bonea.
After that, George was fired from the company. Dad also forced him out of the house too. I heard that he was struggling in finding a job at a supermarket with very low rate. Without his dad, he is no more than a useless guy. I filed for a divorce not long after that. Then, I move out of the house and rent an apartment in the city center. Luckily, I have a beloved father-in-law who always support me. I now become the private secretary for him and I can earn up to $100,000 a year. Getting married to George is a big mistake in my life.